Taurus. Of course, after, I'm sorry. You're Gemini. You are. You are. That's who you are. You are Gemini. You're a Gemini. Sorry. We're going to... Mercury's still retrograde in my sign, you guys. And you know what that is. You know what that's like. You're an actual Mercury ruled sign. Hello. I'm using 3 decks today. I am using... For Gemini. I am using the Threads of Fate Rose Gold Edition Oracle Deck. And I'm also using... What is this shit? Sorry. You know what I mean. I'm sorry. Y'all know how to do it. Tarot of the Divine Masculine. Sorry. I told you Mercury retrograde, y'all. And then I'm also using the Moonology Oracle deck. Okay, let's get into it because I'm like blah 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 dee 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 dee. Of course it would be like that for you, Gemini. What you doing in my brain? So I'm going to shuffle each of these decks and I'm going to cut them. So it's taking me a little bit more time to get through the first part of these videos, but you know what? I still wasted a minute trying to think about what the name of this deck was. Boop bop boop bop boop beep boop bop. I don't want to shuffle too hard because these are new and they are beautiful. No creases, no creases. Go, go, go. Okay. Now we're, oh, excuse me. Y'all see Valiance popping when I'm doing it? You know, I have been having an okay Mercury retrograde. I told myself to be very patient with it and with myself and with the process of everything. Ooh, I think that's what helped me, you know, kind of fare it a lot better than I would have if I would have given weight to all of the things that could have stressed me out. You too is your ruling planet being in an air sign. So it has to do with your relationships, you know. I'm gonna do it one more time. Hopefully, we're getting what we need, yep. For Gemini. Cut time. Cut time. Who's a musician? Choose the faster version or choose the faster tempo piece to perform. People like exuberance, bright, colorful, you know. And if you are a musician that sort of like sings live guitar, you know, that kind of thing, do the more uplifting song. That's your card. Do the more uplifting song at the end to kind of like lift up people's spirits before they leave, right? The venue. Did I do this right? I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna do. I'll be down. Yeah. Okay, I'm cutting these as well. Let's look at the card that popped up open for you first. You and your loved ones are safe. This one came up before for Taurus. So maybe Gemini, you are thinking, you are like, you know, maybe Taurus is, you're dealing with a Taurus in some kind of way, Gemini. Or your mom might be worried about you. Your mother might be worried about you just because it's saying you and your loved ones are safe. And then it's new moon in Cancer. Cancer's the mom. The moon is the mom, obviously. Yeah. I feel like somebody wishes that they could be closer to you, perhaps. Right? So that they would know, you know, what was going on with you, how you were feeling, what you were doing, if you were getting enough food, if you're eating, if you're, you know, whatever. Somebody wishes that they could be closer to you so that they could see you, so they could, like, just know that you were like, oh, yeah, you're doing good. You know, okay, right. Right. Or you might even just be dealing with a helicopter parent, one that is always, you know, asking you the same questions over and over again when nothing has really changed in like 2 days or whatever, a week. You know, a week is okay to ask, but like sometimes when they just keep asking questions, it's because they want that security for themselves and not necessarily because they're asking you, you know, if you are doing well. They just want that security for themselves, right? Some people just be nosy. They be acting like they're trying to, you know, show some love. But these people are really trying to show love, and they're wondering and worried about you. They just want to make sure that you're okay. And not that you're going to do anything like hurtful towards yourself, but it's kind of like how you're feeling, if you're faring things well. Anyway, let's get started. The Pillar. Okay. So, you are a pillar. You know, it's like the pillar of the community, kind of like this person that has a very, I don't know, monumental effect on people in their community or people in their social environment, you know. Very much like strong character that people believe in. Okay? Also, this is very much like a Gemini type symbol too, isn't it? So as you look at that card, as I look at that card, I'm getting an arch. So some of you might live by an arch, some of you might live in a, you know, in an area where there are municipal buildings or something like that. Some of you might even be wanting to run for some kind of local government office, okay? Or some of you might even be trying to get an established position within your place, right, or whatever. Or maybe you have established a position for yourself that no one can do anything to, right? Very strong in your expression, I guess, but it's not being over the top. It is as expected, okay? So you handled something, or you are meant to handle something. Okay, so maybe you handled something as expected in a good way for some of you, right? And for some of you who didn't handle things in a good way, you have to remember to keep the poise about you and maintain a sense of composure about yourself. Formality, you know, because the pillar is talking about formalities. Oh my God, this reading. Let me keep going. 9 of Wands, yeah. So it's kind of like, don't fall prey or don't fall victim to the mistreatment of others, okay? Just remember that you are a very dignified person, because this is the Nine of Wands. It's talking about being dignified, but this is also the moon in Sagittarius, which is talking about, you know, not clapping back, distancing yourself from the things that are trying to trigger you or are trying to get a rise out of you. So something may have been trying to get a rise out of you, but you're remembering and you're being shown and you're being told, you know, through everything that you have accomplished and everything that you can see that you have afforded yourself, or, you know, what you have built, you know that you are not that type, or not that person, or not that version of yourself that would have clapped back or would have been petty or something like that. Because the Nine of Wands is talking about petty arguments or petty situations, you know, that test your your spiritual stamina, okay? Anyway, this is kind of distancing yourself from something that you know isn't necessarily the healthiest for you, or distancing yourself from something that is unpredictable, okay? Because you want to maintain some sense of peace, because the pillar is talking about peace. It's also talking about the beauty of strength, or the strength of beauty, right? Intertwined, that kind of thing. And the pillar is also showing promise. So you made a promise to yourself, or you're going to be making a promise to yourself in some kind of way, shape, or form. You know, yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Your hard work is paying off, see? I told you. Kaboom, ging, ging, ging. And it's funny because it's Capricorn. Which Capricorn is kind of like a person who is a pillar of their community. It's giving very 10th house type of things. Self-mastery. Okay? Hard work paying off. Whatever you have been sculpting, whatever you have been crafting, whatever you have been trying to build, it is now starting to crystallize and form into something that looks like it's making sense. You know, you lay the foundation first. First you gotta dig the ground or whatever. Okay? Dig. And then, you know, excavate the land. And then you're going to make the foundation for whatever it is that you're going to build on top of that. So now it seems like you've built something that is reliable, okay? Or you yourself can rely on what you have built now to continue to serve you in the ways that you intended it to, okay? Without the unnecessary influences of things that are outside of you, external influences that are triggering, that are unnecessary, that are, you know, taking up, I don't know, just, you know, if somebody's irking you, if you have an attitude to speak to someone, just don't speak to them. You know, it's better to not speak to someone if you know you're going to be a bitch or have an attitude, or like, you know what I mean? Just like, don't even entertain that energy, right? And your hard work is paying off. I love that for you. All right, bye Gemini. That's who it's for.